what you think is exactly right. You're perfect. I think that too.
Non-apologetic news.
Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Non-Apologetic News. I am Travisty. Right to the right of me, as always, is Body Bag, bringing you all the news you never knew you needed. Let's get right into the news. What do you say?
All right, let's do it.
I know we have a whole script, everything planned for this one, but I'd like to go a little bit off topic.
Fine with me.
All right, go ahead and turn off the telemarketer. Wait.
Teleprompter.
Turn off the teleprompter and let's get to it.
Off to a great start.
Oh, yeah. So there's a unique thing happening in gaming right now. Have you ever heard of Asmongold?
I have not.
He is a streamer. He's one of the biggest out there. He has made his fame from streaming that Nerdfest, World of Warcraft. But he has a company called OTK, One True King, and it's him and a bunch of other streamers. I don't really know what they do as a company before this, but they decided to have their own Games Expo. What they did was they showcased 50 games, and the winner that they picked would get a $50,000 prize. I'd like to play how they announced this, because I thought this was so unique. But as you can see, it's just a bunch of guys, that's all the people in their crew, OTK, sitting around a campfire, right? So we're going to kind of just give you a little taste. They're talking about the history of OTK.
That's kind of how this thing started. It was like a little bit less than 2 years ago.
That's
from now, and 2 years ago, and I went on, and I remember I opened up loot boxes.
Right now, they're about to announce the Gaming Expo, and I thought they did this in the most creative way. So they're sitting at the campfire, as we can see, just the whole crew. They got their cameras set up. Their lights probably running off generators and the whole nine. And here's how they made the announcement.
But obviously, we've had a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of times, and we've always written them off and said the easy thing that I think Miskiff just said offhand, we're a new org, these things happen. Well, not anymore. Because today, I would like to announce our partnership with WePlay.
How cool is that?
Pretty clever right there.
Right.
There it is, boys.
Yeah!
There it is.
This is the announcement.
There we go.
Okay. And that guy who looks poor and homeless in the front with the V-neck,
Yeah.
that's Asmongold, and he's worth millions from streaming. But he's one of those guys, like, he's made millions and he still lives in his mom's attic. And I think the guy's really... I've watched a lot of his, like, social commentary type things, and he's real creative in the way he thinks. And I've always been a fan of, if you're going to watch anything like this, don't watch something that just absolutely agrees with you. You need to watch something with an opposing point of view, or else all you're going to do is be stuck in a bubble going, what you think is exactly right. You're perfect. I think that too. That's how people start thinking the earth is flat. So if we have any flat earthers out there, please just don't. So I think this is great because, like I say, they're shining a light on smaller developers that don't work for like the four big video game companies. And when you're only getting games from those big companies, we get, like we talked about before, the open world rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. It's copy and paste, redo the graphics a little bit, make the character different, maybe weapons. Boom, you have a brand new game. They're fighting back against that. And you could say, well, he's a millionaire. Couldn't he do something better with his money? And the answer is yes. But, he made his money through video games, and this is his way to give back. He just gave up $50,000 of his own money. So this has already happened, and the winner was an open-world survivor game called Renown. They get the $50,000.
Renown.
You're probably thinking of Returnal.
No.
Oh, you've heard of this game?
No, I'm going to look it up, though. I said if it's an open world. Is it survival horror?
It doesn't say survival horror. It says open world survival game. That's all I know about it. Now, I first found out about him through Dark Souls. So he had done what I imagine were full playthroughs on his channel, but I would just see the rage quits, where he'd get mad and like throw his keyboard and mouse and... and this was years ago, and I've slowly kind of started following him, his YouTube channel or whatnot. But this guy's real unique. I think we might have to take a deep dive into Asmongold at some point, and we played enough of his audio that he's probably going to get notified of this. So if you're hearing this, Asmon, we think what you're doing is great. We want to see more of this. I don't know anything about them OTK guys, but we like what you are doing yourself. I'm sure they're great. I just don't know.
And they're just all about indie games.
Yeah, they're trying to put money away from, the big guys, and
games like the Salt and Sacrifice.
That's actually a good example. Salt and Sanctuary was the first game,
Yeah.
right? Sultan Sanctuary came out, and I just played it like a year or two ago. I thought it was great. It was like a side-scroller Dark Souls. Super hard, but just...
It is hard. I started playing it.
Did you make it very far?
No.
Well, they
you get
did
to the point, and there's like the big knight on top of the building.
that you climb the ladder.
It just smokes me.
That's what I was going to say. They have a skill check, just like the Dark Souls games, right at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like, here's how you move, here's left, here's right, here's attack, here's a boss that's going to take you 2 hours to get through. But the game was tremendously hard, but I liked it. I made it all the way through. Now, Salt and Sacrifice is completely different.
Is it?
It looks different. It plays different. It's extremely hard. And I think the difficulty is because I don't understand the game. It seems like there's a piece I'm missing. Like, I played like the first 3 hours, having a weapon that hit for like 20 hit points or something, 20 damage. And then I watched a guide because I was stuck at a boss trying to see if I could get some tips or tricks. And this guy's hitting for like 80 or 100. And I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm upgrading my weapon. It turns out after you defeat a boss, you're supposed to use what you get from that boss and go to this certain spot and craft your weapons, your armor, etc. I didn't know that. So I think there's more that like I just don't understand because it's severely difficult. But there is a lot of problems with it too. Like fast traveling. So you have to go to an area and you'll go back to that area several times, right? So what you have to do is you have to go to these save point, these monuments, and then you teleport back to the main area. Then you have to run like 30 seconds through the main hub to a place to where you could travel back to an area or to a new area, and you can only travel to and from the starting point of the area. So like if you want to go back and level up and then get back to where you were in an area, that's 5-8 minutes of just running around. It's like when I'm done with my adulting for the day and it's like 6 o'clock, I'll play for like an hour and a half. But I'm not like, man, I can't wait for you to leave so I can play this game today, you know? We interrupt this current episode for no doubt why everybody is tuning in. We are going to announce the winner of the Amazon gift card giveaway. That's a $100 Amazon gift card. That's right. You could buy anything you want as long as it's $100 or under. We have all the entries in our fancy typical entry tub. I would like you to mix these up since I'm the one who put it down. We probably got, I don't know, a couple hundred entries. But the winner will have 7 days to contact us. You can comment, you can do anything you like, or you could hit the contact email that's in the bio, which is just travis@travisty.net. We have our own way to verify you are who you say you are, and if so, we'll send that right over to you. Now, without further ado, we need a drum roll. Without further ado, the winner of the Amazon gift card giveaway is... Oh, it's like gold. It's always something you can't pronounce. The winner of the Amazon gift card giveaway is Call Me Bicey. Wait, that can't be right. Call Me BC. What would you say that is? All right, too long. Here is the winner. Call Me Bicey. Call Me BC. Call me Bicey, call me BC, I call you the winner. So you have 7 days to contact us, and we will get that right over to you. And I believe we already have our next giveaway in the works, so make sure you're subscribed. Now, back to our regular scheduled programming. Let me redo that line. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. But I don't know, is there any other, like indie games like that? Anything? Have you played anything?
Yeah, what was it called? Time Spinner? Got off your account.
Time Spinner, that Metroidvania.
Actually played through all the way and beat it.
Which, you gotta refresh. I think I'm confusing it with Chasm.
Chasm was a good one too.
What was Time Spinner? What?
He plays
you go
girl.
back in time? What was the Time Spinner part of it? I forget.
Yeah, I think so. Like throughout the game, you're back and forth through time. Play as a girl.
Is it the one you start out above ground and you immediately go underground? Or is that Chasm? I play so many of these little indie games, I forget.
I don't think that's Time Spinner. It's been a bit since I've played it. So.
I remember the cartoon style of Time Spinner. I'm remembering that. Yeah, I adore... for the most part, I'm not hyped up for these big whatever you call them, first party games, short of like, Elden Ring that came out, anything, any Souls games, maybe a little bit Assassin's Creed or God of War, or Resident Evil, I guess there's a bunch, but for the most part, what I play, if I'm playing, are little indie games, mostly Metroidvanias.
There's nothing new that's coming out that really piques my interest. I did see, though, that they're finally releasing next year the Resident Evil 4 remake.
It's actually confirmed now. They're doing it?
Yeah, they have a release date, everything. Watched a little bit of
Release date?
Yeah, March of next year.
Oh, did they do it at that PlayStation, whatever you call it, State of Play or whatever they did last week? Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Watched a little bit of gameplay, and man, the graphics on it, just amazing.
See, I held off replaying through that game for like the past 5 years because they said they were going to come out with a remake. And I'm like, I don't want to remember every twist and turn.
It is happening.
How good that is, I saw something in my email just as bad from PlayStation. They're re-releasing The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
Guys.
They're just gonna, it's not a remake, it's just, I don't know, maybe tweak the graphics a little bit or whatnot for the PS5, but it's not.
See, I'm all for a remake like Demon Souls, right?
Yeah.
Because that game hadn't had a remake in 12 years or something, and you couldn't go back and play it because the way PlayStation is, unless you had like emulators and stuff, you wouldn't be able to play that game. So I'm all for that, but there was Last of Us on like PS3, then they redid Last of Us for PS4, then they came out with Last of Us 2, now they're re-releasing Last of Us 1. And just to see how greedy they were, I looked at the price. Can you guess how much that was?
$70.
Yeah. For a game on its third generation, they're GTAing it.
Like I said,
point.
it's not even a remake, it's just like a remaster.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're not even putting the time into it. It's just going to get like a new coat of paint on it.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that. But if people keep buying it, they're going to keep doing it. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts
like
about
you said,
it.
just like GTA 5.
This is absolutely
many
insane.
fucking times that game has been released.
Yeah, it's made me to where
it's still like $60 fucking too.
Being honest with you, I don't even want to play GTA 6 just because of this nonsense. And they're doing in-game purchases and
like all this the online shit.
This Asmon, I saw, he was one of his videos. He was talking about, I don't know if it's new, it's Diablo, I guess. But they were saying if you want to beat it, you can essentially pay your way to beat it. I don't know if that's like paying to get past certain areas or just items you need or whatever. But it's all these little in-game purchases, and it adds up to over $100,000.
Jeez, I wonder if he's talking about the new, like the mobile game.
He could. I didn't watch the video. I just saw it. It was in my YouTube feed. Asmon says $100,000 to beat game.
It just came out, and I've been waiting on it. Like I pre-registered. Fuck, it's taken like 2 years.
Really? So it's a PlayStation game? It's a game
that's on a phone, tablet. What? Like it's a mobile through App Store.
Well, how on earth are you playing on mobile?
Play on your phone.
Right. I mean, you're touchscreen it, or do you have? See, I don't think I could do that.
That's like nothing fancy and move and one button to attack.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. Now, if you could get like little shoulders with buttons, kind of like Joy-Cons, I think I could get down with some. I guess it would be it'd be a pretty wide grip though because of how big
I do have one. I guess I could play it on my tablet, or you're talking about the 8-bit Duo a while back. Well, I found one actual controller.
Yeah, they make look like Super Nintendo controllers.
Yeah, it's for it's an Xbox one because I don't have my Xbox anymore, but I know I was still paying for the Game Pass or whatnot. Well, I can play all that stream. All them games through my tablet and play them on there. Yeah,
that's a weird thing too. What they're doing with the Game Pass because they're putting brand new games up on that Game Pass on Xbox like day one.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting on that new Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, I keep seeing ads for it.
It's coming out on Game Pass the day of release.
Now, is it going to be more like the old Nintendo
Turtles in Time?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is it like the side scroller hack and slash? See, I really didn't get down with that. I just beat the original Ninja Turtles NES like last year on an emulator. But that's what I liked. The hack and slash ones, I remember playing them in arcades, like a skating rink I used to go to, and I used to pump quarters into it and just get beat down.
See, there's supposed to be another one coming out, the Cowabunga Collection, which has every Turtles game in history on this, like 13 games and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's got all the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Game Boy, the arcade ones.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a release date for it, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I would like to if they did a remaster of the original, because that one's like
That'd be cool.
unnecessarily hard.
It's ridiculous.
I had to use save states with
Kudos
the
for
emulator.
you for completing it.
Well, I would like get hit at a certain point and about die, and then go back to a save state I made 3 minutes ago. That was how I actually got through it. Especially with like you get to like this area where it's like an open airfield, and you have to go into these various tunnels. It's past like the town area, past the bombs underwater area.
That's the shittiest part.
And then there's like 12 little levels you could go into and just die that you don't even need to go into. There's like one that actually takes you out. But yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the PlayStation Store, and I still don't see much. And I'm kind of jaded of buying a Horizon Forbidden West
right.
just with all their shenanigans. Although I would play that game. I just played the first one a couple years ago, and I thought the story was fantastic.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was-
remember it.
And not as bad as some, but kind of a rinse and repeat. But it's
The new one or the
original one.
yeah,
But it was a good game.
it made my hands hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember what it was about the combat, because I thought it was a corny game. Like, you're in olden times fighting
Robots.
advanced robots, you know? But, you know, they made it work. And things like that. Now, Resident Evil 4, I'm going to really look forward to that. Because did they announce God of War at that, too?
I think I heard something they have a release date. I haven't seen too much more about it since then.
Yeah, that'll be great. And I do look forward to that PlayStation 2 VR. I don't know if I'll get it. It depends on the price, because it's like far and few in between on games I'm going to play on it.
Right.
But like if playing survival horror
Like $300 or $400 fucking dollars.
with the VR, like Resident Evil 7, for example, in VR, that would be absolutely terrifying.
It was.
I do like that we went off script, although all the planning I did is now in the shenanigans. We are getting mean mugs from the control booth, which means we completely messed up. So I think we're going to call that one wrapped up. As always, we're bringing you the news you never knew you needed. I am Travisty. Next to me is Body Bag. We will be back next Wednesday. The only question we have is, will you? Like to say goodnight to everybody watching out there. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll be sure to keep making these.
Non-apologetic news.